Alright guys, today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about RV security. As many of you know, anybody who owns an RV at the current state, many of the locks on the RVs are pretty much the same across all RVs, which can create a problem if you're at a busy campground. Anybody can take their say their storage panel keys and get into your panels most likely. Good example is this key here. So this is the panel key or the storage bin key that I have for my Class A RV. My guess is I can probably open your RV or anybody else's RV with this. So these keys, when they come from the factory, are pretty much, from my understanding, they are all keyed alike, and that is just not safe. And it holds true too for most of the door keys for the actual lock. My understanding is the deadbolts are typically not the same, but they can be. It's just a lot less frequent. But I know for the storage bins, these are typically always the same. So with that in mind, I decided that I would upgrade my locks, and I will reach back here and show this to you, to the new RVLOCK. And I'm not sure I got that exactly right, but that's what it looks like. This is the box that it came in. I'm basically, for me, I am redoing everything. So I'm changing out all of the storage bin locks. I'm changing out all of the little thumb holders. Mine just have the little tabs that you can just turn to the right and left, and a lot of times if it's real hot or if your hands are slick, your fingers will slide off. You have a hard time opening up the storage container. So these all have the finger holders on them. So I kind of went ahead and got all that so I would be able to easily get in, easily open them. And the plus to this product is now all my keys will be one key. So the keys that I use to unlock my door will be the same as the keys that I use to get into my storage bins, and nobody else's keys will be keyed the same way. So to me, that's that's a lot of security. That's protecting your your investment, protecting your items that you have in your RV. And honestly, I don't see why RV dealers just don't start, or RV manufacturers don't do this from the factory. I know it's cheaper to go the other way, but I'd rather pay $300 or $400 or $500 more for an RV and know that my key is different from everybody else's. It just makes sense. But again, it's just another corner cut by, I guess, a lot of I'll say all of the RV manufacturers. So, but here or there, you can get these. I ordered, like I say, a full set for the whole RV. That's the new door handle, door locks, and I also ordered all the new key inserts for the storage areas and all new thumb holders, or little thumb fobs, just so that it will, everything will match up. I'll have thumb holders for everything, or finger holders for everything. And I also ordered these. So with this lock, you can get these key fobs, which are very nice. If you're coming in, it's raining, you can unlock and lock the door from the key fob. I ordered myself and my wife one, so you can order extras. And you can also, I think you can have up to 10 of these per lock. You can also, like for us, we've got a lot of animals in here with us, so as if we need to hurry up and get in, not fumble around with keys trying to get in, we can press this real quick, and it's just going to be a lot more convenient using it from the car or whatever the case may be. And also, I will show you the lock. And this is just the front end. I haven't got it installed yet, but as you can see, it is a keypad. So this one, will be able to, you got your deadbolt, you got your regular lock, you got your clasp here. This is battery powered back here, so you don't, it's powered, but you don't have to have anything hooked up to it, any kind of 12 volt or anything, which is convenient. It does beep and stuff once it's about to die. As you can see here, it's got the keypad unlock and lock here, so you can do it all from a keypad too. So some of the things I think that could come in handy for are if say you're going to be away from your RV for a couple of hours and you want to have somebody come over and let your dogs out. You can just give them the key password and let them enter it, and more or less you can change it when you get back and you're good to go. Unless, you just want to keep them with access to your main code. But I would say, if you're going to let somebody else come in your RV, then you do that, you change it, and, when you get back, and there you go. You don't have to worry about giving them a key or anything else. But, for multiple things, if you got packages coming to the campground, I know the last place I stayed in, they would bring it to your RV, but I had to leave them keys if it was coming over the weekend when I would come back home. So now that, I could just give them the number, they can enter it and be good to go. But the key thing that I like is the key that goes with it. So now, this is the new keys that go with it, and you get several of these for if you order the door or the storage bin locks. But the convenience of that is now everything is key to lock. So all the way around my RV, it's all one key, or I can use the keypad, or I can use the little key fob. Obviously the key fob and the keypad don't work for the side locks. They are manual, or the storage locks, but for the front door, that's great. So I just want to show you that, and I will show you how easy these are to install, how to change out the batteries if you need to, and I will also show you how it inserts on the storage bin as well, which is very simple. Pretty much just pop out and replace. But I just wanted to kind of show you what I was going to be into today. This, the next upgrade to the RV. If you watched my last video, you've seen me do the fan replacement. At the end of this, I will also show you the new garnishings that I now have put in that are in place. Turned out very nice. And I will also show you a little trick to the way that the Fantastic vents work. Once you raise the dome lid down, it automatically shuts the fan off. Well, I wanted to be able to circulate air inside, and I found a little bypass for that, or just a little way to where you can close down the dome and still keep the fan running to circulate the air inside of the RV. Because now we have the reversible fan, so it blows in and out. So I will show you my little bypass on that. But either way, just wanted to kind of let you know where we're going, and now we will start on the install, and I will show you some of what goes on with it. And you should probably be able to, for me, I think I could have this whole RV done in 30 minutes, but I'll show you one of the little thumb locks, and then I'll show you the just a little turn knob, how they work, and then I'll show you the main door, and from there it should give you plenty to work on. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always hit me back, and I will comment back as soon as possible to help out in any way that I can. And again, I'll ask, if you don't mind, if you can subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm bringing to you. That would be great. It helps me build this channel out, and also, it helps me if you hit the thumbs up. It'll help other people see it, be able to subscribe to it if it helps them out. And with that, we will get started. Alright guys, and with this install, just to give you an idea of the simple tools that it's going to take. One Phillips screwdriver, and then it will be a crescent wrench, and we'll just use that more or less to break the little ring off the inside of the storage bin locks, and I'll show you that. And then the last thing is, and I don't know if it's exactly right, but just a number 12 socket, and basically I just use these to torque down the actual little last that goes between the storage bin and the lid. So more or less I just use it to tighten it down, just to get that extra little piece on there. And that is pretty much all the tools that I will be using for this. So as you can see, not very technical, pretty quick and simple. But just wanted to also add that in and kind of show you what the tool set was. Alright, and with that being said, now I will jump outside and we will start this install. Okay, so now I am going to take these out and show you how this is done. So I'm going to take my Phillips screwdriver, just undo the screw at the top on the back side, on both of them. Throw these over here in my bag. Then I'm going to take the crescent wrench and break these bolts loose. And if you've got the right size wrench for these, it'd probably be easier. So this is what I've got to work with. Do the same thing on the bottom. Then I just take my hand to undo them. And then you just pop these out. And I have noticed, I guess where they've been in here so long, a few of them get pretty stuck, so I just take my crescent wrench, tap them out. And there, the old ones are out, your new ones are ready to go in. I will start with the non-lock one first. And what I do is I turn this to the side, pop this guy in here, and I think about how it'll turn. So that will be hopefully open, and that will be lock. And then I pop this back out. And you want to make sure you got these the right way so it don't push your lock out. So as you can see, that looks good. So that gives you your finger piece to grab. Then I take the little rubber seal that's in there and put that in front of the finger part. Pull it down. Try to get it flat. As flat as possible. Put it back in. All right. Then I go back to my bag and grab this same piece of plastic or another piece. Put it on the back side. So now we're going back here with it. Then I take this bolt, and there's one side that's kind of got some little holes ribbed in it. I put that side going back against that piece of plastic. Like so. Then you've only got 2 more bolts left. Well, you got 1 more bolt. That's your actual lock. And this is the lock nut for the lock. Put that over there in my trash bag. So for me, if you see this thing's got a little ridge in it, I always kind of put the ridge out to give me a little bit longer grab space. So there would be locked, and there would be unlocked. Or, if I turn this up, that would be unlocked, and that would be locked. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. So that once you're inside of here, you can kind of move this thing around to make it look how you want it to look. So now I've got that little piece on. Then this is where I take my number 12 metric wrench and just kind of, or socket, and just kind of tighten this up a little bit. And you don't want to over tighten, but you want to get it good and tight. And actually previously I should have took this and got this just a little bit tighter on the back bolt. Generally, I would do this before I put that last bolt on. Just want to make sure this is good and snug so it don't come loose. But again, you don't really want to over tighten it either. So we'll call that good. So then I just test it. And as you can see, it won't come open. Open this back up. So that one is done. Now we'll start on the locking key. So this is pretty much the same process, except this one has the key in it. And you just kind of get to where you want it to be. Again, pop it in the hole. I think that's about where I want it. And basically all you're doing there is making sure that it's going to close and open the way that you want it to. So then I put my finger piece on. Then I put my piece of rubber down on top of that again. So now I slide it back in. Then get my bag back. So once again, the same as before. You take the plastic piece, slide it over top, and take your bigger nut with a beveled side or starred side or whatever they call that out, and put it against the plastic side. And I have noticed that a few of these are hard to get started for whatever reason. So you just kind of got to work with it because you don't want to mess up the thread. Seems to be right. Alright, that one didn't give us a hard time. I'll get my wrench back out. Well, I told you these are easy to do, but the one I decided to show you is going to give me a fit. But at least it's good. You can see that it don't always go perfect. And there you go. So that was my own fault. I was misthreading it. So now I've got it on there. So this time, as I was saying before, I will go ahead and do this piece before I put the last little bolt on. It makes it a whole lot easier. Alright. I believe we're good there. And I'm sorry if you can tell I'm sweating here, but as in most of my videos, it is exhaustingly hot out here. Put this piece on here. Make sure it's turning the way I want it to. And then take my little lock nut. My number 12 socket again. Now that's done, so then we go in for the close, and there you see everything is locked and secure. Now the top one's unlocked. Pop my key back in, turn it, and she opens back up. And that is about all there is to doing these little tumblers. So I just wanted to show you that. And next we will move on to the actual door handle. Okay, so now we're on to the last part, and that is the main door. So I'm going to start by taking off the old door. And for me being in the Class A, it's just these 3 bolts here to get going. And I've also got to pop off these 2. Alright, set them screws on the ground. And so there you see the front plate is off. The back plate should hopefully just push out. And there you have it. The back plate is now out. Now I will grab the other. So here is the new plate. And everything I've read said to do this in reverse order going back in. Make sure you feed your wire through. I just wanted to kind of show you what I'm doing here. I couldn't get this to fit exactly. So I'm coming in here and kind of trimming up this door a little bit. As you can see, it cuts pretty easily. See if we can get this to fit. So this one little bolt here was kind of keeping it from going up in there. So we'll see now if this will work. And voila. Now that feels like a better solid fit. I would like to see it go in a little bit more down here, but kind of clean up my mess there a little bit. That looks like it might have it. I will go right here and grab the second part. And here is your back plate, so your little wire is going to connect to this. Then you've got your handle and your locks. And here's your screws, and we'll get with them here in just a second. So the next step is plug in this. And your batteries actually live right here. So this is where your batteries are. You just undo these 2 screws and you'll see them in there. But there was already batteries in there, so didn't need that for now. And they did put good brand batteries in there. It was an Energizer, so no complaints there. So then you just tuck in your wire. You line it up to, basically you're trying to line up these 2 locks to these 2 ends here. And they have to be turned the same way. That's got us pretty close. Tuck in our wire. The top one looks good. Now we've got our bottom one in there. So now we just do our screws. And they give us 5 screws, so my guess is the 3 screws that are the same color are the ones that go on the 3 screws in the front, and these 2 screws go on the side. Uh-oh. And I'll drop a screw. So hopefully this will line up. It feels like it started. I'll leave that a little loose just so if I need to adjust it a little bit, I can. Looks like things are lining up well after you get one in. Reach down here and get my screw I dropped. Now, I'll go ahead and tighten these down a little bit. So that locks this. This, I assume, yep, that's your deadbolt lock. I'll put my 2 screws back out here in the end. So this lock has been fairly easy to do. Other than having to cut out the one piece, pretty straightforward. Okay, I had an airplane fly over. So in this, the default code is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, lock. You'll hear the chirp and it'll let you know that it's going. And then when I want to unlock it, and there it is. And that is the install. So the last piece I got to do is use this documentation that comes with it to learn how to program this. And I've done tested out the key, but I can't show you that. So here, the key, and again, this is the same key that runs all the tumblers and so forth as well. So you insert the key, and there it is unlocked. There it is locked with that key. I know it's hard to see from there. Don't twist very far. I can tell you that on the other side. It's not twisting, and I'll kind of show it to you here. So there's the key. There's the lock. So you see the deadbolt coming out. And then you got to take it back to the center point to get it out. I got to get used to that. There is lock or unlock. Here is lock, and it's got little things here that'll show you once you got your own. So it does not go very far. Then in the center, it's just where you slide your key out. So pretty much that's it. I will get this key fob programmed and show you that part, and then I think that'll have this install just about complete. All right, I will show you this part. So I now have this key fob learned to the door. So now when I want to lock it, that locks it. That unlocks it. And all I had to do that was, there's a little learn button right here. Take something, just stick it in there. Just push it, press the lock button on the key fob, and then you test it. Press the lock button again. There you go. Unlock. There you go. And I'm doing this on 1 and 2. You can actually do 2 sets to this, but I've only got 1, so I'm just going to do it on both. There it is. There it is. So now I have 2 key fobs that are completely done. Alright guys, and the last step here is the keypad. So I will show you how this works. So there again is the lock code, just like with the key fob, you get the little beep. And there it is, unlocked. So now we've got the key fob working, we've confirmed the keys work, we've confirmed the control pad works, or the keypad works now. Alright guys, so for final thoughts on this, I've now got everything installed. Final thoughts on the product. The door I like pretty well, the door handle. The tumblers I'm not crazy excited about at this point. They feel kind of cheap and plasticky for what you pay for them. You know, like I say, the big plus is they do all max now, so that'll be good. I do got to send one back. One of the locks was, when I put it in and started to turn to lock it, it just kept turning. Something was wrong with the tumblers inside of it, or whatever the case may be, but it just kind of fell apart. So I'm going to call their customer service tomorrow. Everybody says that it's been really good dealing with their customer service when they had to, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal, I don't think. And beyond that, I mean, like I say, overall it's an alright product. The storage tumblers, I won't say that they're any better or worse than what I had in there. Probably about the same. But the door part I do like a lot more. It's just convenient. So that I will definitely give them a thumbs up on, and hopefully their customer service hits on par tomorrow, like I have always been told. But other than that, that's it for this video. That's it for this install. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a learning experience for me. I now have it done all the way around the RV. Like I say, except for the one that was broken. I'm going to talk to them about that tomorrow. The door handle's now done. And overall satisfied with the install. So far, the product seems okay. I will talk to them, like I say, about the one. And then I did have another one too that I felt like was getting ready to kind of break loose, but we'll see where that ends up at. But done with that, and I will close out. And I guess the next thing I will show you just before leaving is a little bit of bonus footage. If you watched my last video about the fantastic vent install, you knew that my garnishings on the inside came up a little bit short, so I ordered some new custom ones, and I will just show those, show what they look like, and we will call this a wrap. Alright, I appreciate y'all watching. Please remember to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Let's help grow this channel, help get it seen. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much, and we will talk at you later. So here are the new garnishings that I ordered. I got these from E-Trailer, I think is what it's called. Very, very nice. Fit in perfectly. Got them screwed in. And now got everything done. Something I will show you, if you can see the red wire that's right here, there's a little plunger on the back side of that when the hood fan is all the way down, it makes the dome of the fan, it makes the fan turn off. And I think that's common on every Fantastic vent. So what I figured out was I took a command hook, pulled out that plunger, and set it to the side, taped it up, because there is a connection there that will totally keep the fan from running if you just try to cut it. So I just taped it over to the side with a command hook, and now as you can see, I'll turn this on, and even with the dome completely down, I can now circulate the air inside of the RV without hopefully letting much out. But just kind of wanted to show that little tip as well for anybody who may run into that. But the other garnishing looks exactly the same, and that is it. So that was a little bonus footage I was going to show. Alright, thank y'all. We'll see you in the next video.